Hello and welcome to this demonstration of our Blue Brand Cut 40 plasma cutter. The first metal I'm going to be cutting is some 1.2mm thick mild steel. Because the metal's only thin, I've got the machine's power output set down to 20 amps, which is the machine's minimum. And I'm also going to be using this piece of wood as a straight edge guide. One of the really great things about plasma is its versatility. You may have noticed in the first cut that we didn't have anything on the back of the metal, so it's a single-sided process. The other great thing is you can cut pretty much any metal, and I'm going to show that now. I've got here a piece of stainless steel butted up against a piece of aluminium. Both are 1.5mm thick, so I've got the machine set on the minimum again, so the 20 amps. So far we've been using the machine on its minimum output and cutting thin material. This time we're going to go to the other end of the scale and we're going to put the machine on its maximum of 40 amps and cut some 10mm thick mild steel. I've actually clamped a piece of 6mm mild steel to it to act as a guide for me. As you can see, we've got quite a good clean edge there. There is a little bit of dross along the bottom here. This is perfectly normal. It will just tap off very easily with a hammer, like so. And there we're left with a nice clean straight edge, which if you're just welding the two bits of metal together, doesn't need any more finishing. A really good example of an application for a plasma cutter is in the car restoration market. Say for example you have a panel that's damaged or corroded in the middle and you need to cut a section out and replace it. You can either use a circle cutting guide kit or make a wooden pattern which you then use to cut around on the car panel to remove the faulty section. You then use that same pattern or setting on the cutting guide kit to cut an identical piece of metal out of some good sheet. This then will fit perfectly in the hole you've cut. It works a bit like this. I've got this circle cutting guide kit set up. Now I'm not going to fully cut this panel out because I want to show you the thickness of the cut. Now if we look at the panel there, you can see that the diameter, the width of the cut is less than 1 millimetre. This makes it ideal for welding the new panel in. Finally, I just wanted to show you some of the bits we cut earlier and the quality of the edge cut. This edge here is the one we cut, and this is the mild steel, 1.2mm. This is the 1.5mm stainless steel. Again, you can see very good edge quality cutting. And you may also notice there's a lack of distortion. Plasma is very, very unlikely to distort metal at all. Then we have the aluminium. And the 10mm thick steel that you also saw me tap off the excess dross. I'd also like to show you that circle I cut, just to demonstrate firstly how narrow the cut is. It's about 0.8 of a millimetre. You can also see on this one, it's a good demonstration of how small the heat affected zone is. So the bluing is very, very slight, and this again demonstrates how unlikely you are to get distortion, because there's very, very little heat input into the main metal. That concludes this demonstration. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions you'd like to ask, all our contact details are on our website. Thank you for watching.